Hello, dear Uttam.
Namaste.
Namaste. How are you doing? Oh, there
I'm
was
good.
something
How
on
are
the
you? Thank
internet
you.
here. Let me see. Let me see.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Now you stopped on the...
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
now yes. Now yes. Yes, yes. Now I can hear. I think so. Uh-oh. We are loading again. Let me see. Tá tentando
Now?
entrar de novo. Let me see now.
Hello.
I think, hello, now I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Namaste again.
Yeah. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste to everyone and good morning to everyone in Brazil.
Uttam, I think we could start. I'll explain them.
Yes.
That when I have been to India, you have been my dear teacher. You taught us, me and Rui, meditation and Yoga Nidra, right? And it
Yes.
was
I remember.
so good. We loved it so much,
Thank you.
our time there, and we can't wait to be there again. Once
Yeah.
everything is okay to travel, we'll surely go as soon as
Yes.
possible.
I am
And
also excited to see you guys.
thank you very much, Uttam. And I think we could start explaining them. How did you start your journey on yoga, and how did it all came to you?
Hmm. Uh, I will share a few things about how I start, and that will also help a lot of people to understand that they all can meditate. They can all be in this spiritual path. They can all experience all what they are looking for. So my journey of yoga started quite early. So my first teacher was my grandfather. So I remember that I was around 5 or 6 years old, and I had the memory that every evening I used to sit with my grandfather, and we used to chant some mantra, a spiritual mantra for Krishna and for Rama, for Shiva, and he used to play, different instrument, and he also bought me some instrument. So he used to ask me, you repeat after me. So that became my like daily practice. He left us. I was very little. I think I was 7 or 8 years old when he passed away. But all those memory which I have with him, all my spiritual experience, and it was really amazing because that was the first encounter for me to understand what is spirituality and how we can connect with that divine source. Because I can tell you one day something happened to me is like I was sitting with him with like our regular practice. We went and we practiced, we were singing, and suddenly I went to like so much deep into that process that I forget everything. I forget the people around me. I forget my grandfather. I don't remember anything, and I was so much into that mantra, and I was like moving my head and moving my hands, and I was, just singing and enjoying it so much. And I remember a few times what would happen with me as I was growing up. Whenever I used to go to these kind of practices where people are chanting and singing and meditating, I used to cry a lot. And I don't know where those tears was coming because I never felt that way. Whenever I used to go, I sit there and chant. I felt that I am really much connected inside. And the moment I used to get connected inside, my tears will start coming. So, and that was like my tears are coming, but inside I'm feeling so much happiness and joy, which I never feel with anything. And now I would like to share something that my spiritual journey, uh, it helped me so much because of that foundation which my grandfather put, you know. So why I'm saying this, because when people say that, oh, I'm trying to meditate, but it's very difficult. I'm trying to follow spirituality. I want to practice yoga, but it's difficult. Actually, people find it difficult because they are trying to do it because they have a lot of expectations. They want to meditate because they are stressed. They want to do yoga because they feel stress or anxiety. When I started, I even didn't know what is stress, what is
Yes.
anxiety, you know.
Yes.
It was more kind of like a lifestyle. So I went to practice with my grandfather without knowing anything why I'm doing it, you know. And that's how I practice with my teacher. I can tell everyone who's here today that I never paid to learn yoga. I never went to any university or school to say like, please give me admission, I want to learn. When I decided to study more about yoga, people just fall, you know. People just came to me and they say, Uttam, we see that you're very interested of learning about yoga and meditation. Please come and stay with us. So most of my gurus and my masters, they invited me to be with them and study yoga from them. And they never asked me anything that they want money or anything. And even there was a time where one of my teachers used to pay me money on weekends so I can go out and like, you know, eat or buy something. So it was really funny for me. Like, everything happened very spontaneous, but I remember because I made that decision. I choose to come in this path because I can tell you once my grandfather left when he died, that connection was not there because I couldn't connect that much with my parents or anyone else. I got really bad in my studies. I dropped out from school and I got a lot of stress and anxiety in a very, very young age. I can tell you when I was 15 or 16 years old, I already had a lot of anxiety about future, what I will do, what is my future. And you was in India, if you know that in India we live in joint family. And in living in joint family is like a lot of pressure. Your parents is saying you have to do this, you have to make money, you have to become successful. With me it was the same, and I was really stressed. I wouldn't sleep in the night in that young age. But then suddenly one day, you know, that call came inside me that Uttam, it's too much. Now you must walk into the same path you was. So I met one lady, and this lady is from Netherlands. She's like my godmother, and she introduced me with one of her master. I just saw her in a shop. I used to work in that shop and I met her and we just connected because she was all about chanting, singing, meditating, you know, and that just like we connect our energy. And from that moment, when I choose to be happy, to meditate, to be in the spiritual path, everything is start coming. And I feel every day so blessed. Every day I feel that there is something, you know, many times when I teach, it's not my teaching. It's not what I study. Something is guiding, something is providing, something is protecting. So when you decide to let go and when you decide to choose this path, the nature will support you. The nature will hold you like a baby and it will give you all the nourishment.
Is I can tell you that we really felt that when you were teaching us. We were really feeling this kindness and this light that was guiding you in every word that you always say. So that is,
Thank you.
it was really,
Thank you.
it always filled our hearts. And
Yeah.
that's why we as soon as we wanted to do a live, we thought about you, that we wanted to talk about you and bring these lights to everyone here in Brazil too.
Thank you. I would
And
share one more thing here, as you mentioned. When I go and teach people, many times when people have that hunger, when they have that desire, like I remember you and Rui, and you had one more friend from Brazil.
Roberta.
Yeah,
Yes.
Roberta, and there was few more people. And when I was teaching you guys, I felt that desire in you, that desire of experiencing and transforming with that light, with that love. And that's what happens when I teach. I am teaching what your desire, and I am not giving you something which you don't have. I am giving you what you already have. I'm just cleaning the surface and the dust on it. So you all have those things, and I felt really connected when I was going and teaching there every evening. Everything just flow, and I remember that we was so much connected, and we had so much love and unity. And then we talked about a lot of things, and you remember we watched a really beautiful movie about India.
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember. I
yeah.
remember.
So that happened so naturally.
Yes, I
Yeah. So
think
I
that.
thank you so much for being there, and that we could connect, we could share that space, that time. I learned so much from you guys.
Thank you very much, Uttam.
Thank you. Thank you.
And many people here, they are really loving the idea of meditating and practicing yoga, but some of them, they ask me, how can I start meditating? Maybe they think it's something very hard, so they don't know how can they start if they are beginners. Would you have some recommendations for them to start meditating for the first time?
Yeah. The first thing when people who don't, maybe they heard from somebody that, oh, maybe you should try meditation, and it's very good, I feel very relaxed. But what happens, when people try to meditate, they struggle a lot with their thoughts and their monkey mind.
Yes.
And because of that, they say, oh my God, it's really difficult to focus.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to meditate because my mind is showing me so many things. The problem is not the thoughts. The problem is we are creating conflict with the thoughts. Like, for example, a thought is coming in the mind when you are trying to meditate. What happens? People try to say, oh, I am, maybe for example, oh, that girl, she was not so good with me because she didn't talk to me so much and she did something wrong. So people always try to see their thought by getting attached with the thoughts. And because when they get attached with the thought, they get this fear. Because, for example, what happens? Everyone have a lot of suppression inside and they struggle in their life. They have a lot of traumatic experience as well. And when people, they don't release, they suppress everything inside. For many people, when they go to meditate, what happens? They want to meditate but when they go into meditation, because all these thoughts are bubbling up, and in the end they become very stressed. Oh, it's so much thoughts coming and I'm getting disturbed. And sometimes people also experience that they get emotional, that they feel like, oh, it's very difficult for me to release or let go. And I was listening one of the teacher, he mentioned that it's really beautiful what he mentioned. He said, all these 1,000 years we took to develop this mind and these thoughts, what we have. And today, everyone is talking that I want to stop my mind, I want to stop thinking, I want to stop my thoughts.
Yes.
So what I also see from my practice and what I believe, that we cannot stop thoughts. We cannot stop our mind to think. But of course, we can develop a quality of how not to get attached with the thoughts. This is one thing. Let me come to the another point. When you ask me, like, people wants to meditate but they don't know how to start, the first thing, as I mentioned about my story, that I never had any expectations when I started my journey, you know. So when people say I want to meditate, you must go without expectation that, okay, I'm going to do meditation today 1 hour and I'm going to feel peaceful and lot of happiness. So what happens when we meditate? If we have those expectations, our mind is concentrating and trying to find that happiness and that peace, but it's not coming, it's not happening. So what I would suggest, don't need to go like choosing a video or going to a teacher first, but try to set like a plan for your day, and every day for 10 minutes just sit. That is very, before we practice meditation, we must learn how to sit, how to sit, how to become aware of the breath. That is very, very important. So just find a place in your room, like where you can go and sit in the same place every day, and close your eyes and just watch your breath. And then if thoughts are coming, so now it will connect with what I was explaining about the thoughts. When the thoughts is coming, try to see the thoughts as you watching a movie of your thought, or you watching pictures of your thought. For example, like if you see a thought, if your mind is trying to attach or try to involve with something, try to see the same thought from the beginning, or create another thought. Because your mind is creating the thought, your mind is bringing the thought, you can create another one, or you can watch the same thought again and again. So what happens when we are sitting in the meditation and we try to see the thought without getting involved and keep witnessing it again and again and again, we develop a quality of a silent observer. Like you're observing without getting involved with it. It won't happen just in one day, but with regular practice. There is one practice which I taught, and it's a great practice from Bihar Yoga School, and I learned from one of my teacher and my friend. So that practice is called Antarmauna, or the practice of inner silence. And I think I have taught you guys when you was in India. So in this practice, what we do, we sit, we prepare the body, and we create thoughts. So first we create the negative thoughts and we watch them. Then we create the positive thoughts, then we watch them without getting involved, without getting affected, by witnessing them. And then after that we release and just we observe the mind. So by creating the thoughts, it helps to release the mind slowly, day by day, day by day, day by day. So all the people who wants to practice meditation, go without expectations. If thoughts coming to disturb you, try to watch your thoughts as a detached observer, as a silent witness. And if they need help, I am always there to help them. Anyone can message me, contact me, any question about meditation, I can help them.
Thank you, Uttam. They will love to know that. They will love to know that.
Thank you.
And also another thing that people always say that get in the way for them to meditate. They say it's very hard to concentrate. Is it to concentrate? Is it something that we go on training from with time, or is it something we should have from beginning, or is it something we are going to get with training, with time? the concentration?
Yeah. Let me explain you what is concentration in the yogic term. Concentration means dharana. And it's not like the concentration what our parents say or our teachers say in the school. Hey, you have to concentrate. You have to concentrate on your study. You have to concentrate at your work. It is not that concentration. When we come to yoga and when we know about the concentration or the dharana, that is the concentration the teacher is talking about, one pointed concentration. And to develop one pointed concentration, it needs some time for sure. Let me explain you what is one point concentration. For example, you see the painting behind me.
Yeah.
The Buddha is lying and there is some lotus. So when I say, okay, now you concentrate on the lotus you see and on the lotus which is bloomed. So one pointed concentration means that when you concentrate on that lotus, you concentrating only in that lotus, Buddha and the other things around that painting, and even the wall is going to disappear. That is concentration. So one pointed concentration is very, very important, but it needs time. So for example, what people can do when they say that I cannot concentrate, the easiest way of concentrating is choosing a sound to concentrate. And a lot of people will find very easy to do that. So you can start your meditation using some sound. Like there is a mantra which I really love and I teach in my practice. It's called Soham. Soham, which means I am that. Or they can use a mantra called Aham Brahmasmi, which means I am the Brahma or the creator. Or people can even chant Om or Om Namah Shivaya. Or people can even focus on different, there are many various mantras. And the idea, so let me explain you something. What happens? There is an object of the meditation and the subject. So I am the subject, I'm concentrating on the object. You concentrate, focus there by letting go everything which is around you or any distractions around you. And then what happens when you concentrate by withdrawing your mind from the outer experience to the inner experience. So there are two dimensions, right? Which is microcosmic and macrocosmic. Macrocosmic is what we see outside, and microcosmic is the inner experience. So when we concentrate, when we try to withdraw our mind from the outer experience, like maybe when you start your meditation, you're listening a sound like maybe the birds, or maybe some people are talking, or maybe a bus is going, a train is going. And what happens, there is a technique. When you listen these sounds, you must not think about it. For example, I'm listening a sound of a bird while I'm meditating. I must just listen the sound of the bird, but not thinking, oh, which bird is this? Is it a parrot? Is it a kingfisher? So what happens when we try to create that kind of thoughts, that particular moment, your concentration starts distracting. Like when you're meditating and suddenly maybe a person walks in your room, and then what happens? The mind gets distracted. Oh, who's there? Oh, is he my friend, or he's my son or my father? You know, so mind starts with that first thing and then end up thinking about many, many thoughts. So we must take some time to sit and then try to be aware of all those things which is active, and slowly try to be aware and then try to go inside. And we use a mantra, like we practice Soham mantra, and we try to focus on that sound so much that any other sound doesn't matter anymore. So when I talk about the object and the subject, when you concentrate and you keep repeating that mantra again and again, again and again, then the object and the subject becomes one. So there is no duality. So when you're meditating with something like a sound or a symbol, it's not two things. When you are in the meditation, it becomes one with the object, and that is concentration. But as I explained, it needs little bit of practice. Concentration is not difficult. Let me tell you, when people are meditating, when they can concentrate on all the stuff from outside, like their problems, their thoughts, their worries, so they are concentrating, right? They're
Yes.
concentrating on their worries. They're concentrating on what they're gonna cook after the meditation, if they're gonna meet a friend or not. So when people can concentrate on those things, why not concentrate inside?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think people put so much pressure on themselves. Like
Yes,
I'm starting to meditate now and I can't think about anything. I should feel very peaceful. And I think
yes,
that expectation, as you talked
absolutely. You are
before,
100% out.
it's
Yes.
something that gets in the way of feeling blissful, right?
Hmm. And also, I can suggest one more thing, that if you really want to see big changes in your practice of meditation, I would suggest connect with nature more.
Yeah.
If you want to see the results more fast, go and sit near a lake, go sit in a, maybe if you have a mountains or tree, sit there, or maybe try to sit near a river. So what happens when you are in that kind of atmosphere, the mind becomes automatically very quiet, right?
Yes.
Because when people say, oh, I feel really stressed. I must go for a trip in the mountain. Oh, I must go sit near the lake today. And even a lot of people who have no idea about meditation, and they say, oh, I sat near the lake today and I feel so relaxed. I feel so quiet. Because when you sit around the nature, when you sit in that kind of place, the mind automatically becomes very, very calm, and then it becomes very easy to meditate. And you was in India, so you know a lot of people meditating every day near the Ganga. You see monks
Yes.
sitting near the Ganga. That is the reason, because it's very easy.
Yes, that's true. I feel that for myself, that nature always helped me uh, to meditate or even to feel one with everything and everyone. It really, really helps me a lot too. And another thing that a lot of people send messages that I'd like us to talk about is especially now, what the world is experiencing. Many people are feeling afraid. Many people are feeling even more stressful and anxious, or even some people depressed. Some of them were feeling like this before, some of them not. So, for some of them it's new, but for some of them it's just getting these feelings more and more accentuated. So they ask me, how can meditation help them with stress and anxiety and depression? Can they use the tool of meditation to help them?
Definitely, definitely it will help. Why it will help, I will explain you. See, I will share a beautiful words of one of my teacher. I follow his teachings and his amazing teaching. He mentioned, and maybe the people who know me, maybe they already know, because I always use this in my class. He says, what you looking for, it is looking you where you looking from. What you searching for, it is searching you where you searching from. What you looking for, it is looking you where you looking from. What you searching for, it is searching you where you searching from. When people talk about anxiety and stress, when we say if meditation going to help us, of course it will. You know why? Because meditation is something which helps you to experience self-realization. Why? Because when we talk about anxiety, when we talk about stress, all these things we experience here in the mind. Stress is there because I am thinking, oh, because of this coronavirus, everything looking really, really bad, and I don't want to get infected, or I don't want any of my family member get infected and get sick. Or people with the corporate or have businesses, they are also stressed because their work is not going well. So people are experiencing, because all this is stuff which they see in the news, which they hear from the people, it's keep going on, and because most of the people, even me, you, we all, because we are human beings, and because we are designed to do that, we live a very, very intellectual life. Calculation, you know. We always try to calculate things and value things, and you know.
Yes.
And because of that, we forget our true nature, what we really are, and why we here, and what is our purpose. Because all these things which we experience, that we are not. We are spiritual beings by birth, but we are suffering only because we think we are human beings. That is the reason we think we are suffering, because we think, and you know, when, for example, you know, I wanted to share this with you. When you come to India, you see people eating with their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why? Because the parents have taught them from the childhood that you have to eat from the hands, and you have to mix everything and then eat. But in the West, the parents never show them eating with the hands, always the spoon and knife, because the parents have set a limitations that if you're not eating with the spoon, you are not a good person. You don't have good behavior. But in India, it's very normal. Everyone eats with their hands, right? So when people talk about the anxiety, I give this example because when people talk about anxiety and stress, they are dealing with the stress and anxiety the same way their father deal, their mother deal, their grandparents deal. So it becomes a pattern. It becomes a pattern, and when they are stressed, they don't know what to do, because they always see their parents to get stressed and like really, really stressed and anxiety, and maybe hold the head, or maybe not talk to anyone, or not eat the food. So for many people, when they experience this stress and anxiety in their life, for them it's very normal. But the one who practices yoga, the one who meditates every day, the one who walks in this spiritual path, for them it is not normal. I can tell you, I also have a stress, but I experience this stress, but I know how to come out from it. So everyone who's saying that we feel stressed because of this time, the stress will be there. But meditation is crystallizing your mind, like a diamond. You know, when the diamond is coming from the mind, how the diamond looks. But when it is crystallized, how beautiful it looks. If you try to sell the diamond which come direct from the mind, no one is going to buy. But once it is crystallized, it looks so beautiful, it becomes so valuable. Same way, when we meditate, our mind, our consciousness, our heart, our soul gets crystallized. We come close to ourselves. I mean, a lot of people may know and they may study that a lot of teachers say that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are beyond the body and the mind. See, the body and the mind is what we are known for. For example, I call you Camilla because I know that you told me your name is Camilla, and this body and this manifestation of this body is called as Camilla. But just imagine today you look different, completely different, a new face. I will say, where is Camilla? I want to do this live chat with Camilla. So see, when people get stressed, they identify from this what they experience. Me, Uttam, getting stressed because don't have a job, maybe because of this coronavirus, what I will do. See, when we meditate, this I and me start dropping, and you become one with your mind, with your heart, and your body. And that is what yoga means. You know, when we talk about yoga, yoga means union. And union is the first union should happen between the mind, heart, and the soul and the body. Because a lot of people, when they say about anxiety, they experience the mind is trying to tell something and the heart is trying to tell something. And because they are not united, that's why they are experiencing this conflict.
That's
So,
true.
so with the meditation, of course, as I talk, should be no expectation, go slowly. It is important that how often you do, how regular you do. It is not important that how deep you went into the practice today or tomorrow. So if you do it regularly, if you meditate regularly, then definitely you will find, definitely you will find that every day your mind and the ideas you have in your mind will start leaving you. Once you leave all the ideas of your mind, the ideas will leave you. Because we have all these ideas, like you, when you say, people ask me, oh, I want to meditate, but it's very difficult. Oh, I don't know how I can concentrate. Oh, I feel all this anxiety. This is all the ideas of the mind, because we always experience the things from outside and we never look inside. And we live with all this idea that I have to work, make money, feed my family, take care of my family, and that's normal. But of course that is normal. You born, you have to do, you have to take care of your family. But it's so true, I can tell you, unless you feel really happy inside your heart, you cannot make anyone happy, and even you cannot help anyone. No matter what you do, you can try to go and help people, and if you are not helping yourself, you cannot.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I feel that, and as an example, now with a baby, many moms they want to give them all to the baby and then maybe forget themselves. And how can you help a baby and raise a happy and healthy baby if you are not feeling happy and healthy? And I think
absolutely.
that that's true with your family, and when you think about what you just said.
And you know, I give you a really good example here. So for example, now your daughter is growing up, right? Just imagine yourself that maybe you, because I know what you was doing before in China, and you was traveling, modeling, all this work, and now you are into so much sharing, meditation, yoga. It's amazing what you're doing. Just imagine if you have the same lifestyle and your baby is growing up with the same lifestyle, seeing you getting stressed about the work and meetings, people. And now when you are meditating, when you're doing yoga, when you're talking about mindfulness, and she's listening it, so from the childhood, she will get that seed inside her mind, inside her heart.
That's very important. I mean,
That is a,
sorry, it was, now it's back again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm saying, so this is a very, very good time if you are a mother, if you are a father, if you have kids growing up, start from now. Start from now and teach them what is more important in life. It is not important that you hold a master degree or PhD. That doesn't define you how much happy you are inside your heart. What is important, that how much happy you are inside your heart and in your mind, how much peace you have inside. And that only comes when you go and look inside. And that is why I said, what you looking for, it is looking you where you looking from. What you searching for, it is searching you where you searching from. So when people say to you, or I also teach people and they say, I want to experience more happiness in my life, I want to experience more peace. Like a lot of people who asking you that I want to meditate but it's difficult. Whole idea behind doing this, because they want to feel better. Why it is difficult? Because they are looking for all the happiness, all the peace, all the love outside.
Yeah.
And because their happiness is dependent on objects, like these days, a lot of people's happiness is dependent on how expensive their phone is, or how expensive car they have, or how big house they live, or how much money they have in their account. So see, today a person who's very, very happy because he have a Mercedes Benz, and tomorrow because he becomes a bankrupt and he lose all his money, all his cars, his happiness is become to sadness and is stress. So when people are so much dependent, it maybe I just talk about the objects, but it can be people. Like a lot of people, they say, I love you so much, and because without you I will be not feeling happy. And a lot of time when people break up, when they have breakup in relationship, and they feel lot of stress and anxiety, and they find it very difficult, it is happening because they depend on that person for the happiness and joy. And why I'm sharing this with you, because when people say that I want to meditate, only meditation is not going to help. Same time when you start meditating, you adopt the teaching, how you can start loving yourself, how you cannot depend on people, how you can try not to always look for happiness outside, but try to feel contentment, peace, happiness, joy within your heart. And when you try to do that, believe me, wherever you sit, whatever technique you do, meditation is always going to work. Because meditation is a very natural and spontaneous stage.
Wow. Wow, Uttam. It's so good, so good. I think because here in the Western world, we don't used to talk about that as much. So I think it's so important what you're saying here to everyone. You're planting the seed in a lot of minds here, and that's very important. And I'm sure it will help many people. It's very important.
I will share a story, and maybe this story can help and inspire a lot of people. And I'm sharing this story because I love him so much. He is a great teacher. I love his teachings. I love his life, and I didn't read any scripture about his teaching, but his life is teaching. When I look to his life, it's a big teaching, big learning. So I share a story with you guys. It's really amazing. So one day Buddha, he was walking in the forest with his many disciples, And Buddha was walking and sharing his teachings, and he traveled from different mountains, different villages, different cities and countries. So Buddha felt really thirsty of water. So he asked one of his disciples, son, I'm feeling very thirsty. Can you please bring me some water? And the disciple says, yes, master, I will definitely. If we see any water around as we are walking, I will go and definitely bring some water for you. As they continue to walk, they see a lake and with many boats, water boats in the lake. And the disciple says, master, I see there is a lake. I will go and bring you some water to drink. And what happens? The disciple walks to the lake and he goes and he sees the water is very muddy, with a lot of dust. It's not clean. And he becomes really disappointed and he says, I can't offer this dirty water to my teacher. And he goes back to Buddha and he says to Buddha, master, I'm really sorry, but I couldn't bring the water for you because this water was not so clean. And he says, okay, Buddha, he's a teacher, so he already knows what is happening. So he says, don't worry, you go again and then you can bring the water. And then he goes the second time. The second time he goes, he sees the boats are parking, going this side to that side. And again, the water becomes so much muddy. And again, he's disappointed and he's like, oh my God, what I will do? My teacher is thirsty and I cannot bring the water for him. And he says, to Buddha again, master, I'm sorry, I couldn't bring. And this time Buddha says, okay, go and sit there, have patience, and then you bring the water for me. So this time he goes there, he sits there, he's seeing the boats are crossing, the water is still muddy, and then after some time all the boats goes to the side and all the mud which was in the water settles down and the water becomes crystal clear. And then he takes the water and he gives to the master, to the teacher. And the Buddha says, oh wow, this time you succeed. What did you do? He said, I listened to you. I had some patience and I wait. And when I wait, I see all the mud settling down and the water becomes crystal clear. So the meaning of this story is like when people, they go to meditate and they see so many thoughts coming up and so many confusion is coming up. We need patience. We need to wait there and simply watch it. So as when the boats was crossing in the water and the water was so much muddy and he couldn't bring that clean water, he waited and all the mud settled down. Same way, when we have patience, when we wait, when we watch, without getting affected, without getting involved. Because see, before he was so much affected, he would go and feel sad and say, I'm sorry, I couldn't bring water for you. Same way people say, I am sorry, I don't know, I can't meditate, it's so difficult for me.
Yes.
So we must sit. First, learn to sit. Second, focus on the breath. Third, have patience. Thoughts coming, watch it without getting affected. And see, slowly it becomes crystal clear. And all you see is nothingness, that vast space in you.
That's amazing. That's a very good story, and it shows so clearly how should we meditate, right? That's amazing. And let me see. I think we have 8 minutes. I'd like to invite you to talk about your school, because many people here ask, how is it to learn yoga in India and how can we do it? So please tell us about your school.
Yeah. So the school we run in Rishikesh, it's called Rishikesh Yogis Yogshala, and we are based in Rishikesh, which is the foothills of Himalaya, and it's so beautiful. You was here with the Ganga River and the mountains. Beautiful. And Rishikesh is the capital of yoga in the world, because all these amazing souls and the yogis have been in Rishikesh and meditated for many, many years. So when you come to Rishikesh, it's not just coming and traveling to another city or another place. It's the energy, it's the soul. The moment you place your feet in Rishikesh, you feel it.
Yes.
So our school is located in the Rishikesh, and I have one friend, and he is also like my teacher. I learned so much from him. His name is Sushant, and we both work together, and we offer yoga teachers training, yoga retreats, workshops, and we both travel also. So sometimes we also travel and do workshops and retreats. And when we are in Rishikesh, we run the yoga teacher training, and we teach Kundalini yoga, which is the chakra based and alignment of chakra and the Kundalini and the energy focused yoga. We teach traditional Hatha yoga, and we teach Ashtanga yoga and Vinyasa flow yoga. So it's like the multi-style yoga we offer. The very important thing about our school is, because Rishikesh have so many options. You try to search yoga teacher training in Rishikesh, you find so many schools. The very important thing when we decide, because me and my partner who's running this school, we had a really good jobs. I worked in the hospitality before I met you guys in a resort, and I was teaching yoga there. I traveled to Middle East, Europe, Thailand, Indonesia, and I was teaching yoga. I had a really good salary there. My partner worked in Russia. He also had a very good salary. When we decide to open this school, we decide that we want to offer true teaching. We want to offer traditional teaching. And we want to offer the teaching which can help people to transform their life. So our yoga courses are the courses which helps you to transform from within. And this transformation is not limited to your body. The transformation comes in your heart. The transformation comes in your mind. And we follow a very systematic and very authentic teaching from Bihar Yoga School, which is a very famous yoga school in India. And I am sure a lot of people, they know about Bihar Yoga School. There is an orange book which is very famous, and all of the people have this called Asana Pranaya Mudra Bandha. So from that tradition we teach. Our meditation practice are very exclusive. When you go and practice meditation in Rishikesh, the meditation mostly are like you just sit there and chant, that's it. But the meditation we teach, we have variety of meditation, very exclusive scientific meditation like Yoga Nidra, Ajapa Japa, Antar Mauna, Chidakash Dharana, Hridayakash. So very exclusive meditation. We focus on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We focus on Tantra philosophy. We focus on, there is one very beautiful teaching, which is the teaching of Purusha and Prakriti, which is talking about the nature and the consciousness, the one who experiences. So that's what we teach. So these are very exclusive philosophy which not many people offer this time, because of the teacher we study. We study in a very authentic way, in an ashram atmosphere. So the courses which we run, it is like an ashram lifestyle. So you have in the morning you have mantra chanting, pranayama, yoga, then you have philosophy, then you have lunch break. So you have the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then during you have also free time. So it's not only about that you come and you study the yoga and the teacher training, but you also get a lot of free time to understand the local culture, to understand the Rishikesh and its philosophy. So very interesting subjects which we cover, and if people want to know more, they can follow our page Rishikesh Yogis Now I am live from there, and they can visit our website. And also Camilla is there. So Camilla, she was with me in Rishikesh, and I'm really happy that we connect again. And in future, maybe we do something together. I want Camilla and Rui come India
Yes,
with Zoe, and we can maybe people from Brazil can come and we can organize something here.
that would be lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
already can't wait for that. And maybe
yeah,
someday you can also come to Brazil and teach something
definitely.
here too. We would love to
Actually,
have you here.
I had a plan to visit South America. Because of the coronavirus, everything changed. I was
Oh,
going to Paraguay, and then from Paraguay, I was going to Brazil. And actually, I contacted Rui a
uh-huh.
few months before. I didn't share that I wanna come, but I was asking where you live in Brazil and everything.
So
So
that's
I had a
why.
plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But
but
definitely, when the things gets better, would love and people from Brazil can come to Rishikesh with you,
for
and they
sure.
can see Rishikesh from our eyes. Because
Yes.
when you come as a tourist, you don't know many things. But when you come Rishikesh with the local people, there are caves which not many people know. There are places where a yogi meditate for like 12 years. One Swamiji from Rishikesh is a very famous yogi. Swami Shivananda. He meditated for 12 years in one place.
Mm,
Imagine, in silence, without
wow.
talking. So when you come to Rishikesh, these kind of places are waiting for people can experience, this energy and being with the masters and teachers and in their energy.
That will be amazing. I already can't wait for that. As soon
Yeah,
as we are able to travel, we are going there,
yeah,
and then I'm going to show everyone how beautiful is the city and how
yeah.
beautiful it is to be there with you guys and
It's a,
learn from you.
yeah, yeah. It's a life-changing experience, believe me,
Yes, it
because
is.
I traveled many places, but Rishikesh is special.
Yes.
Rishikesh, the energy, it's not like how many beautiful, good roads we have, how many facilities we have, but the simplicity of Rishikesh makes you feel that, and this is a very beautiful saying from my teacher. He says, you need nothing to be happy, but you need something to be sad.
Oh,
So when you
yeah.
come to Rishikesh, you will find you need nothing to be happy because happiness is your true nature.
That's true. That's really true. And we really can feel that when we are that this energy. And I hope
Yeah.
we can bring many people there to feel that too. I'm
Yes.
sure we
And
will.
I request all the people who's watching us from our village, Rishikesh Yogis. We also have students from Brazil. If they are around and when the things gets better, they can connect with you. They can, you know, can practice yoga or meditation no more because you have you guys have a lot to share. You have a very good experience from India.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And it was, like you said, it was a life-changing experience.
Yes,
We come as one person and we live as another person. I mean,
absolutely.
so it will be fantastic. I can't wait to bring more people to feel like that too.
Yes, I'm waiting for the people from Brazil to come to Rishikesh with you and Rui and see the place and meditate here, do yoga here, and also very amazing thing that you can learn lot of vegetarian food because Rishikesh is a vegetarian place, so you can learn how to be more vegetarian in life, and that helps with the yoga and meditation.
Yes, and I remember the food was amazing, amazing. I remember we had the food at school. We could eat only at school, but we saw
Yes,
so many good places to eat around that we had to try every day a different place because the food is amazing.
Yeah, food is amazing here. Yeah.
Someone is asking me to write the name of the school. Let me see.
Rishikesh Yogis Yogshala.
Rishikesh.
I can also write.
Yeah, I think you can put on the Instagram for them so they can touch that to follow.
Yeah. I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Thank you.
someone already put there too.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Uttam. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart for being here with us. I loved it. I think we should do that again soon because there's so much things to talk.
I am glad. I am so happy. And you know, when you came to Rishikesh, you and Rui had a very, very special memory for me, like a print in my mind that no matter how much me, you, or Rui talk, but we always felt connected.
That's true.
Always felt that we are connected, we are family.
That's
so
true.
It's really amazing. I am so glad and I'm so thankful to you guys that you give me this opportunity to share the teachings of my guru, of my masters. I'm feeling really blessed for it. And I'm requesting all the people, feel free to contact me if you have any question. Feel free, because maybe you are one question away from your freedom. You are one question away from your awakening. So please feel free, contact, and I'm always there for you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I hope to see you again, and for sure, let's do that again soon.
Yeah,
have a beautiful day and a beautiful night, Uttam. Thank
you
you very much.
You too. Thank you very much. Take care. Namaste.
Namaste.
Love to Rui and Zoe.
I will send them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.